All right, well, Romanian mob, Zen Buddhists, bugs, and shoes, what do they all have in common? They're all part of the crazy life of Haley Walker, the main character in the one-woman show Bad Dates, now showing at the Kansas City Rep. She's played by Rebecca Dines, and Rebecca is joining us this morning to talk about the show. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so from what I understand, from what I've seen, this show that's playing behind us is kind of a mix between Bridget Jones's Diary and Sex and the City.
Yeah, it kind of is. That's really a sort of perfect description. She's a modern gal, you know, in the world today, and it's a little slice of life of her life over the past 10, 12 years or so, and it's one of those shows that I'm very happy to say that both men and women get a real kick out of, you know, because you wouldn't think so. You're talking about Bad Dates. You would think it was a chick flick type deal, but it's not. I hear a lot of men laughing, you know, very loudly, and it's a little slice of life of this woman's life, and it's hugely funny and hugely entertaining, and it brings all those elements together, and she just chats to the audience like they're her BFF, you know, for the whole time, and it's so much fun for me as an actor to kind of feel like I'm sucking the audience into my story and my life, and I'm very happy to say they stick with it through the whole thing, and I feel them there kind of rooting for me, and it's incredibly, you know, fun adventure.
And it seems very intimate because it's just you and the audience interacting. So I can also imagine that being a little bit scary. What's it like being an actress who has to deal with an entire play and carry the weight on your shoulders?
It's very scary. It's terrifying. I had never done anything like this before, never done a one-person show. I've done a lot of other, you know, theater and sort of, you know, the usual Shakespeare and the classics and all that sort of stuff, and other contemporary plays, but never one where it was just me, you know, all the time. So I was really quite terrified, but challenged at the same time. So I figure, you know, that's what it's all about. You got to put these things in front of yourself and just kind of go for it. And I had a great director in Michael Evan Haney, who is the an associate artistic director at Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park, and he came in from out of town along with me to direct it, and he was brilliant and wonderful. He directed the play a couple of times before, so he knew, you know, all the problems to solve, which is basically what a rehearsal period for any play is about, is problem solving. So we were able to move very quickly on it, and get, you know, lots of humor out of it, and lots of bits, and have fun with there's clothes, there's shoes, there's, you know, it's really just, you know, it seems like it's just me, but it's kind of heavily populated with her daughter, her brother on the phone, her daughter's in the next room in the bedroom, the various dates that she describes, and most of them are bad.
And the name,
and some people from her, you know, past, her ex-husband, who turned out to be a bit of a psycho, and that's why, you know, she moved to New York to start a new life, and she talks about all this stuff. But so I don't feel, you know, surprisingly not lonely, because I have all these other characters that I talk about and do kind of interact with, even though it's you never see anyone else, you just
but if you're on the phone and you're doing a whole bunch of different things. All right. Well, it turns out that Bad Dates runs from now through October 28th, a week longer than originally anticipated, and the Kansas City Rep downtown stage. Now that is the H&R Block building. For more information, you can call 816-235-2700 or go to thekansascitychannel.com and click on as seen on 9. Rebecca Dines, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck, break a leg.
Thank you. Yes, that's the one.